Hi everyone. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Today we're going to work on graphing linear functions. Previous videos we went over how to make linear functions, how to solve them. This is how to graph them. There are two ways to graph these. One way is by hand. Another way is technology. The technology I'm not going to show you, but I will talk about. There is the physical graphing calculator. These can be found at any normal store, for example, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, these kind of stores where they sell general stuff. In the school section, you'll find a graphing calculator. Same with like Office Max, Staples, Office Depot. Some of them are rather pricey. So that is one route if you want something that will last you for several years. They've also now have free online graphing calculators. These, you just go to Google and type in online graphing calculator, and some options will pop up. These, I'm not going to go into these. These are very user-friendly. At least the online ones are. The physical graphing calculators, they do have a lot of new buttons on them, so they do take some getting used to. It's more like getting a new smartphone. You have to play with it to figure it out. And then we have the one most people don't like to do, which is the by hand, which is the actual working it out. This is the working out on paper. Working out on paper. This is the one where most people tend to freak out. They think it's harder than it really is. So I'm going to walk through how to graph a linear function on paper. So how to graph a line on paper. First, we have to start off with a linear function, which is always y equals something. Let's do 2x plus 5. Okay. To do by hand, we have to use what's called a t-table. I'm going to write that down right here, as in t-table. So that's just a grid with 3 columns, one for x, one for the function y equals 2x plus 5, and then one for y, which is the answer or the output. Okay, so x's, I'm going to pick a negative, a 0, and a positive. You can pick any numbers you want for this unless they specifically tell you otherwise. I like always having one negative, a 0, and a positive, so it gives me both sides of the line. Makes it look nice. Alright, so we have our x's here. They're going to replace this x in the equation. So that's what we're going to write in the center column. Y equals, well, that's 2 times, well, this one's negative 2. Plus 5. The next row is y equals 2 times 0 plus 5. And then the last row is y equals 2 times 2 plus 5. Okay. One more step, and then we get to our graphing. We have to figure out what the y's are. So we're going to solve this. So we have negative 2 times 2. Well, that's negative 4. Plus 5 is 1. Next one is 2 times 0. Well, that's 0. Plus 5 is 5. And then 4 plus 5, well, that's 9. Okay. So in order to graph, we need something called points. Points are always x comma y. Well, we have an x column, and we have a y column. We just put them together. So each row is a point. So the first row is negative 2 comma 1. The second row is 0 comma 5. And the third row is a 2 comma 9. Okay. These are the points that we graph on grid paper, which I have a little section here. You can go online to Google and type in grid paper, and something to this sort will pop up. Easily download it, print it out, or you can go buy a graphing notebook, which just is just grid paper throughout. Alright, so I'm going to put an x and y axis on here as best I can. Ooh, that's not a straight line. Let me try that one again. Let's go thicker. There we go. Awesome. All right. So that's going to be their y. And then I'm going to put an x right over here. Okay, and that's my x line. Okay, so every one of these dashes you see is a number. This side is positive. The left side is negative. So let's go. Okay, first point is -2, 1. All right, so -1, -2, that's this line here. And then up 1, so right about here. Okay, that's the first point. Make that a little thicker. The second point is 0, 5. So I go to 0, which is in the center where both the lines meet, and then count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's right there. Let me make this one bigger. Okay. And then the last one is 2, 9. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's right there. All right, so those are our points. Now to finish off the line, we just connect them. Okay, a little thinner. All right, so I'm going to connect these lines. I'm going to extend out from both sides just a little bit because all lines go on forever in both directions unless otherwise stated. So this is our line for the equation they gave us. Oops, that was my fault. Let's redraw those. There we go. All right. Again, I hope that was helpful. If so, please leave a comment. Also leave a comment if you'd like to see any specific subjects or techniques or something that you're stuck on that you'd like me to review. That's perfectly fine. Again, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon.